Back here now with Dr. David Whalen from Mercy Health St. Mary's. We spoke with you a little while ago on our program. We're a little bit warmer this time because we're inside, so we don't have the snow hitting us across the face, right? We want to talk about how people can stay active and stay safe in this cold. We touched on that a little bit earlier. And for those that still like to get out and exercise in this kind of weather, we always see some people running through the snow. What do they need to do to keep in mind about getting physically prepared, you know, regarding clothing and warming up muscles, things like that? People that like to jog in this, or, you know, just be out and about in it.
Sure. You know, usually we consider that if you're going to actually run actively, people usually know that they should dress for a temperature about 15 degrees warmer than it currently is. So with the temperatures, single digits wind chills out there, you're going to dress for a temperature of walking of maybe 30 degrees or 20 degrees if you're going to actually be out there running and jogging, being quite active. That's the way you should dress.
Yeah, and warm up, I would imagine, you know.
Certainly. You're going to maybe need to dress in layers because when you first get out there, you're going to be quite cold, and, you know, so maybe be wearing a hat and things that then maybe you could take off as you got going and you started really warming up.
Sure. Stretch those muscles. I always wonder, too, about how cold it is, you know, and you see people breathing that cold air. Does that hurt the lungs at all?
Yeah, you know, certainly people with lung conditions, asthma or other lung problems are going to have more problems in this kind of weather, smokers and such. But you know, you can get the kind of scarf or a muffler over your mouth to help keep the air that you breathe a little bit warmer.
That would help.
Yeah,
I would imagine. So what kind of injuries do you see in the emergency room for people that like to get out in this and exercise a little bit?
Yeah, it's quite slick out there, so people are used to running, and even just a couple weeks ago could run on bare concrete, and there's no problems at all. But with this freezing weather, and you can get black ice and things, and people don't see it, and you're jogging along, and all of a sudden you hit a really slick spot, and you can go tumbling down, you know. Yeah,
hurt yourself, sprain an ankle, something like that. How do you know if you're overexerting yourself in the cold weather?
Yeah, if you start, you know, developing any more serious symptoms, chest pain or difficulty breathing, having, you know, feeling dizzy or lightheaded, those would be very concerning symptoms, and you should definitely slow down and try to get out of the weather.
Yeah. Okay. Dr. David Whalen from Mercy Health St. Mary's joining us to talk about how to stay safe in this cold weather. And those are great tips. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Brian?